What's up, everybody? So recently Netflix dropped a new documentary. This one is called Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok Cult. Now, I watch a lot of documentaries, but I generally don't recognize the people that are in them, especially when they are based around something new. Generally, if I recognize or have heard of the people that are in a documentary, it's something that happened years ago, and it was a horrendous crime that happened many years ago. Now, I don't know any of these people, but if you've been on social media over the past few years, you've probably been scrolling through TikTok or Instagram and have seen random people dancing to music. It's a giant trend on Instagram, on social media. There are so many people that put out dancing videos. Now, you generally, or at least in my case, generally don't think anything of it. There's a specific group of people, a lot of them actually, that put out very high quality dance videos. And you don't think anything of it. You just think, oh, these people are just putting out these dance videos, they're having a good time, they've got some production behind them, and they look fantastic. Now, I'm not a dancer, I know absolutely nothing about dancing, but these people are so talented. They are so talented, the way they make their body move, the things that they do, the fact that they're dancing to old songs, just it's the perfect storm, I guess. I don't know. I don't know anything about dancing, but watching these people dance to these old songs it's very entertaining. And even if you don't find it entertaining, you've probably just been scrolling and seen them. But like I said, you generally don't think anything of it. You just think these people are out there, they're dancing, they're having a good time, they're smiling, and there's nothing else to it. Well, let me tell you something. This documentary, Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok Cult, will change your mind. Now, one of the big focuses of this documentary is Miranda Derrick. And she's one of the people I see constantly when I'm scrolling through TikTok, when I'm scrolling through Instagram. Like, TikTok has this, like, For You page and the people that you follow. If you're scrolling for the For You page, you've seen Miranda Derrick, you've seen B-Dash, you've seen, I think his name is It's Vic. You've seen all of these people as you're scrolling. You've seen them dance, and you're like, holy crap, how do they do that? I guess, according to this, they are in a cult that is also a church/management company. All of this started to come out a few years ago when Miranda Derrick's family, her parents and her sister, went live on social media and talked about how they've lost all contact with their sister. They talked about, like, their sister cut them off completely. She wasn't allowed to contact them. She was spending a lot of time at this church, and it seemed really weird. And that video went viral. It was picked up by a lot of people. A lot of news outlets ran stories about it, and it seemed really weird. And then they filmed this documentary about it. Now, there are more people in this documentary, and I will go over that. I will go over all of them in a later video as well. But, man, what a weird concept in 2024. Now, this guy, Robert Shinn, I believe is how you pronounce his last name, S-H-I-N-N. He is the leader of this management company /church. It's a weird thing to get caught up. Now, like I said, like he's been around for a while. This isn't new. He's new with the dancers, but he's been running this church/cult for a long time. All of this, course, is allegedly. He has been charged at least once, I believe they said, and he was found not guilty. But even if all of these people are there willingly, even if they're all there because they're having a good time, he's providing them with whatever he's providing them with, they're there because they love dancing, they're there because, you know, they want to be How do you get convinced in 2024 that it's good to give up almost all of your money to this person? Like, they say they're giving up at times almost 70% of the money that they are making. These people probably make a ton of money through social media, through ads, through sponsorships, through all of that stuff. And they're giving up to 70% of their money to him, the church, the management company, and everything else. They go over it like section for section in the documentary. How do you think it's good? If you're making $100,000 and you're giving 70,000 away to the church, the other people in the documentary talked about how they were given $80 a week or $80 every 2 weeks to live on. It's so bizarre. Like, and now Miranda has been in contact with her family. She's back posting videos with her sister and her mother. She spent Christmas with them. But it appears, at least from the outside looking in, that the only reason why she is doing this is to make the church look good, to make Robert look good. It doesn't appear that she's doing it of her own free will. It appears that she's doing, this is just my opinion, it's also the opinion of her sister, that she's only doing it so that people will stop asking if she's in a cult, if she's allowed to do this, if she's allowed to talk to her family. Like, her husband is also in the cult, and it seems like he's the reason why she fell in, because he was friends with the guy's son, I believe it was, and they started hanging out, and then Miranda started spending more and more time at the church, and then they just fell in. It's a group of dancers. It's not just Miranda and her husband. There is a fair number of these dancers that have millions and millions of social media followers that are in this church. I don't know. Like, these people fell into this guy's cult allegedly since like 2020 and onward, 2019 and onward, maybe. Like, how do you think, like I said, if you're there willingly, how do you think it's good or okay or normal to give up 70% of your money? This documentary is really, really good. It's really, really sad. And for the people that have gotten out and have shared their stories, man, props to you for getting out and getting your life back on track. But for the amount of people that are still there, the amount of people that are coming out and speaking out against this guy, his management company, his church, really shows that there is something actually bizarre going on. And Miranda is still there. Her husband is still there. A number of these dancers are still there. There are other popular people that they didn't actually say that are involved in this church. Like, specifically, I think his like handle is It's Vic. And just scrolling through social media, at least on TikTok, it appears that he has the most amount of followers out of all of them, at least the ones I've seen. He's at like 8.6 million, I think it was, on TikTok. Just an extraordinarily, like, good dancer. Like, I don't know. Like I've said a few times, I'm not a dancer, but the way these people move is absolutely incredible. But there are still a number of dancers there, and it's crazy to me that you can get, how charismatic does this guy, how charismatic is this Robert guy to get these young, super talented, good-looking, incredible dancers? How charismatic and how manipulative is he to be able to be like, hey, give me all your money? And these people are like, okay. Like, just crazy. Now, Robert also has a few sexual assault allegations out there against him. He was served with a civil lawsuit that is set to go to trial in 2025. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Like, I don't know. I definitely recommend checking out the documentary Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok Cult. It's on Netflix. I'm sure you're going to see a bunch of other documentaries or things online pop up about it. And hopefully, all of these people, if they want to get out and are able to get control of their lives one more time, because the stories that these people are telling once they get out are horrible. There was one lady that was in it for, and maybe there are people that have been in it longer that just haven't come out. There's one lady that was in it for something like 23 years. Her and her sister got in it. Her sister left, and then her sister stayed for an additional 10 years before she got out. And she recently was the last one to file a sexual assault report on Robert. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, Miranda got married and didn't even tell her parents. Didn't even tell her sister. And they were growing up going to be each other's maid of honor. Now, maybe they had a falling out. Maybe her and her family had a falling out over some other situation. But the way that it was handled, the way that it seems like it was being controlled by the church or this guy or the management company is weird. It's weird. And the fact that they give them 70% of their money is crazy. And the fact that they are okay with that. Check out the documentary. It's a crazy watch. I think you'll enjoy it. Let me know what you think. I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you again soon.